Went to the gas station the other day. I went up to the guy, said, pack of Mentos. And he was like, we have Newports. I was like, Mentos. He said, can I see your ID? And I said, it's Mentos, man. And he was like, what is happening? And I put some Mentos up there. That's it.
That was the joke.
I know. I do that to people sometimes.
All right. Hey, welcome to the DisasterMinds Podcast. I'm Micah. We got
Will.
I'm Joel.
Gary.
And Gary. All right. That was great. Do you actually go into a gas station and do that? Like,
No.
is this a real story?
That's not a real story.
I wish it was. Can you start
You
doing
should
that?
start doing that.
I'll start doing it.
I want to know what the response is to your asking for a pack of Mentos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we're going to do a DisasterMinds spinoff, and it's just like Will in real life. And I'm just going to crop up at random points in your life and record you doing something completely outrageous.
Deal.
And then we're going to see how it goes.
I think you'd really throw them off. You're like, I want the Mentos fruity long.
Fruity long.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what they're called. Like they're like I'll have the menthol silvers long, or whatever, like short, long, whatever.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I don't. I only used to give them to people when I worked at Dillard's. So they would ask all these things. I'm like, I don't even know how to pronounce the word Marlboro. Marlboro.
I found out if you just
Marlboro.
say it fast and kind of lean back when you do it, it's funny. You go, yeah, you Marlboro, and then
I just say
and they go,
that's good
yeah.
enough.
They get
Just
super
say
excited.
marble.
Marble.
Marble?
You want marble?
Pack of
Ultra?
marbles.
You want marble ultra?
Michelin.
Having balls
Michelin Ultra.
Michelin tire.
Michelin Ultra.
Yeah, you just smoke this tire.
Yeah.
Good for the environment.
Is it?
I don't think it
Burning
is.
a tire?
burning
Like,
a tire.
probably not.
Hey, what do you think's better for the environment? A human living till they're 80 or a tire burning once? Exactly. That's
Wow,
why-
that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Well, what if your job is burning tires?
And you smoke
Yeah,
cigarettes while you
like
do it.
burning rubber, like that's a.
Well, the thing, people will, like, if you throw a cigarette out on the street, some people get mad at you, but, like, that's a plant. Like, you smoked a plant, and then it's in a
Right.
paper that
only
is very...
I will say one time I was at a burger place in town, Bubba's 33,
Yeah.
and I out the window there was this person who was smoking a cigarette and they just threw it into the grass. And I thought nothing of it. I thought nothing of it because I was like, oh, I see people throw cigarettes down all the time, whatever. And it was kind of a windy day. And then 10 minutes later, this flame just is building, the grass caught on fire. And it got this huge fire. Then all the employees were like, what the hell is that? Running outside.
Oh, man.
And taking a bucket of water to go put it out. And I was like, I really didn't think it'd come to this. I didn't say anything.
Do you still have that person in your head?
Do you feel somewhat responsible?
I do feel somewhat responsible for that because I was like, but I saw them throw the cigarette, but I didn't think anything of it because I see people throw cigarettes out of cars all the time.
Yeah.
or whatever.
At least the whole
It's like,
building didn't
whatever.
burn
Yeah.
down, though. That could have been really bad.
I know. I wonder if I would have got my meal for free if I just let the building burn down.
I don't know if you...
The things that could have happened.
What if, man?
Hey, speaking of what ifs, you guys ever watch that Marvel What If on Disney Plus?
Nope.
A little.
Okay, that was not the answer I wanted. Will, I kind of lean more towards you. Go ahead. You said little?
Yeah, I've seen the first 5 or 6. There was 2 more that I didn't see because I didn't realize they were coming out over
The
time.
last 2 episodes, I think.
or something. Yeah,
Okay, you gotta watch them when you can watch them together.
My answer is also no.
they're pretty cool.
All right, guys, and thanks for joining us today on the podcast. That's it.
No, but isn't one of them, T'Challa, he, confronts Thanos and is like, hey, man, you don't have to do this. And Thanos is like, no, I really don't have to do this.
No.
It was what if
like, oh my
T'Challa
God,
was
I
Star-Lord?
never thought about that.
And so it's what if T'Challa was Star-Lord, and actually Thanos and him are good buddies, and Thanos makes passing jokes about genocide, and he's throughout the entire bit through the episode is him trying to explain why it makes sense. No, guys, you don't understand. 50% population.
He still thinks this would work.
It would work, but
Yeah.
they're like, oh, Thanos. No, you're never gonna get away with that. It's just they brush him off.
It's like how when you have a group of friends, you always have that one friend who's like, I'm a communist or something. And they talk about it a lot.
And then one day you
But you're
find
still-
out,
you're still friends with
you actually
them.
are.
But
yeah.
you're like,
It was good. It was that was a good episode. It was kind of weird because then they show Peter Quill back on Earth, and he's just kind of depressing.
he works at the Dairy Queen that gets grown over in the second one.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot. With the foam stuff.
Yeah, well, because the Dairy Queen, I think his mother worked there in the first movie, and that's where she met
It would have been
Yes.
great if they tied it into like Baskin
Oh.
Robbins.
Ego.
Though.
Ego. No, is that
Ego.
Ego? It is Ego.
Did you say Baskin Robbins or
Yeah,
Batman and Robin?
Baskin Robbins. He's like, in
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, like Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Baskin Robbins don't play.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he's like, oh, I love what you do. The manager's like, yeah, I love what you do. Like, it's really awesome. I still have to fire you.
Yeah.
Still have to fight.
Hey, but if you want to take one of those like mango berry blasts on the way out, I won't tell.
I'll look the other way.
Yeah.
I think that manager might be probably the bravest guy in the entire MCU.
The
Who?
Baskin Robbins.
Yeah,
Oh,
manager.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, I don't know. He seems pretty like
He fired
on
a
the ball.
superhero
Yeah,
before he was a superhero.
exactly.
That's like
takes
like
guts.
the high school coach who turned down Michael Jordan or whatever.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
too young.
Or,
no,
no. He just dropped him from the team or something like that. It's like,
Michael
yeah,
Jordan?
you're the guy who dropped Michael Jordan from wrestling. It's like,
Dang.
yeah, well, you're the guy who
Fired
fired an Ant-Man.
They did
How
that
do you feel?
They did that to Kobe, and then they were gonna do it to Shaq, and then they're like, "How old is Shaq?" Because he was huge. And
Yeah.
they thought he was just in high school, but they were like, "He's 13," and he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah," or something. It's some weird story.
Something like that.
I don't even think Kobe went to like high school in the United States.
He wasn't in the
I
States.
thought it was
no.
in like Greece or something.
Yeah.
Aren't they? I think I saw earlier today a trailer. I couldn't hear the audio the entire time, but I think it was a trailer for what looked like a Kobe Bryant like documentary series. Well, sorry, it's not a documentary. It is like a what do you call those? Like a biopic where they're going to
Yeah.
be like his childhood
Yeah.
growing up type of thing. And the only reason I say that is because I think I saw the name Kobe flash across the screen one time, and I went, "Oh yeah!" I put two and two together. And there's a lot of kids playing basketball.
Oh,
and
it wasn't
cool.
one of those other guys named Kobe?
Oh no, yeah. That was my first
Yeah,
thought.
see, I was thinking
Yeah.
it might be those other guys named Kobe.
Yeah. Well,
that it
see,
would be about.
my first thought went to the other Kobe, that Kobe, you know,
The only Kobe.
No.
Kobe,
the
Kobe
other-
beef?
the other Kobe, and
Kobe's
then
beef?
I was like, oh wait a minute, they're doing the basketball thing. He's dribble, and I'm like, okay, it's got to be the basketball. It has to be.
Are you
that.
sure basketball off of that?
Yeah, are you sure you're
That could
talking
also
about
be that
Kobe?
could also be daycare for toddlers. They
Well,
dribble.
the other thing was that in the trailer, the one audio part I heard was it was a kid and the mom in the car, and she goes, "Get out, you gotta do push-ups." And it's like dark. It's the middle of the night.
Or are you gonna watch it?
And I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so then, so then he's like, "But Mom, I'm tired," and she goes, and this is what really gave it away.
Kobe Bryant. He goes, "Come play basketball."
She said, "Kobe, you are the captain of the basketball team. Now get out there and do those push-ups." And then it cuts to him outside doing push-ups and her recording him on a phone,
That's
which
like-
I don't really get.
Crying. What?
He's
crying.
It cuts to him. It cuts to him like he's like, go out there and do those push-ups. It cuts to him holding up five championships because his mom made him do those push-ups.
Yeah.
I mean,
My mom
moral
didn't make
of
me
the
do
story.
push-ups
Yeah.
then.
Kobe, get out of this car and give me 24.
24 what? Mom?
24 push-ups.
Oh.
Pardon me.
I never forgot and I never forgave.
I never,
And
So
I
I
brought
kept
that with me
24,
to the
yeah.
court.
Yeah.
never forget.
And all those championships were a product of me hating my mom so much. It drove me to win those championships.
That's
That'll
not
show
enough.
her I didn't do a single push-up when I was in the NBA. 5 championships.
He did fly pretty high though, just not high enough.
You're talking about when he crashed the helicopter.
Yeah. You guys want to know the backstory of how actually
No,
how?
I
I know
know.
he had a daughter. That
Yeah.
Hellfest guy would be very upset.
No, but how I found out that Kobe died.
I don't want to touch this one.
I'm going to stay away from
No,
that.
I just want to say this is all I'm going to say. Like actually being serious. So I was at the theater watching a movie, and then like because this is goes to tell you like how breaking news this was at that time, where like I kept getting notifications on my phone. My phone just kept buzzing and buzzing and buzzing, and I was like, what is going on? So I looked at my phone. And it was just like article after article after article of like Kobe's dead, helicopter crash, left Kobe and daughter and pilot dead, da 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 da. And I'm in the middle of a movie theater, just like totally like in shock about what I was reading. And my wife leans over to me. She's like, "What are you doing here in the movie?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, look at this." And then like she looked at her phone, and like all her friends like started tweeting about it, and then that was how I found out. And so then after the movie, we were there with my parents as well. I was like, the movie was good. But
Hey, what movie were you watching?
Knives Out.
Damn it, I was about to make a joke about
You weren't
the movie
watching
you
Black
were
Hawk Down?
Speaking of Black
I was watching the Pro Bowl.
No, but actually, speaking of that, were you really?
That was the day of the Pro Bowl.
Wow, that's crazy.
That was the week before we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when I found out.
Where were you?
I was at my parents' house. I think I was like playing drums or something. I came up. I sat in the kitchen. I got the like Apple News notification on my phone.
Yeah.
And it was like remembering Kobe Bryant. And for me, I was like remembering his career
Right.
or something.
Yeah, he just
And,
retired.
and it was like this. It was like this whole thing, like whole memorial. And then my mom came down and she's like, yeah, he died like an hour ago. I was like, so some fucking journalist put together, just like,
yeah.
I gotta be the
They
first
did
to
it so quickly.
I gotta be the first to like let people know Kobe died. And I'm like, that's
have you ever seen that
I hate
old
that.
SNL
that's a
skit that was like they were talking about it was the news. They were like doing a news skit, and it was like they filmed all of these things for like Gerald Ford died today at the age of whatever, but they just filmed like 30 of them. He's like, yeah, I'm going on vacation next week, and they just wanted to make sure that we had it covered
Just
for all
like,
different
serious?
ages. Like, it's a joke, but like that's I wonder if they
That's
just
kinda
have those
smart.
already made, like because like how do you get them out
Well,
that
it's like
fast?
you have free time. What do you do? Well, prepare for the potential next
prepare
story.
for.
Yeah.
I don't
You just
know
send.
who's so famous that could die that like people would want to know immediately.
the Queen of
like-
England. We will know when the Queen of England dies.
We'll
Yeah.
know when.
President is always on standby.
Yeah, but at the same time, we didn't know when what's his name in Cuba?
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro. That was pretty secretive, right? I mean, like when he was in
Yeah,
failing
I know
health.
Cuba,
I don't
no one
remember.
Cares.
I don't remember that.
I think
Well,
that
we
they,
care because
Yeah.
that's big.
Well, going back to entertainment things,
Right, sorry.
I want to talk. Gary, you made a comment about Black Hawk Down, and that got me thinking about that movie. In that there are an obscene amount
of famous
of
people.
like top A-list actors who
Oh,
are in that
yeah.
movie, and they made one at that
It's
time.
like Ewan
but-
McGregor.
Yeah,
Eric
here's the
Bana,
list. I'm gonna go over here
Orlando
for you.
Bloom.
Do you have it?
Yeah, Ewan McGregor, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, William Fichtner, Sam Shepard. Let's see here. Kim Kotis. I've seen him in a couple different things recently, actually. He was in. Oh, what was it? I'm not going to talk about it right now because I can't remember. Let's see who else we got. There was Jason Isaacs.
Yeah.
You know him as Lucius. Is that right?
Yeah, he was also in The Kingsman. Isn't that one scene in the beginning? Isn't that no? That's not him.
No,
I'm thinking of a
that's
different guy.
That's the Commodore Norrington dude.
That's Commodore
I forget
Norrington.
his
Yeah,
name.
I can't. I don't
And
know why.
everyone was like, "Oh,
But
dude."
in Green
And it's like these
Green
badass.
Zone.
And he just gets
and
cut
then
in
he gets
half.
cut in half.
We also have
Cut the check.
Greenland?
Green Zone.
Oh, Green Zone.
Tom Hardy's in it.
He has like he plays an American guy.
Hardy
And he
does.
has a
Yeah, Tom Hardy's in
What?
it. Yeah,
Nicola.
Jamie
Coster
from
Waldau.
Game of Thrones, Nikolaj
Yeah.
Coster Waldau.
He's also in that movie we
Tom
watched.
Hardy. Yeah, this is
Tom Hardy's in it.
extensive.
Let's see, Orlando Bloom. We count him already. That might be it actually.
Yeah, he's also in,
Ty
Burrell.
Yeah, Ty Burrell's in it from Modern Family.
he's also in
And,
that movie
yeah,
with
just
Harrison
keeps going.
Ford about where like they're trying to hack into the server at Harrison Ford's work or
Who is?
whatever. Nikolaj Coster Waldau.
Oh,
And I was like so shocked because this is like from
Gosh,
the
what
early
is that
2000s.
movie? Yeah.
This is like before I even knew him from Game of Thrones or anything. But it was just insane to see him around in something that like, you know, it's definitely not Harrison Ford's best movie. I'll tell you that. But
No,
I mean,
it's
it
not.
might be his best movie.
it's another movie where he's trying to save his family though. So
Yeah, it's pretty
that in
much
his
the
pocket.
classic Harrison Ford.
yeah,
Well, he's a little late in The Fugitive.
And Liam Neeson. Oh, The Fugitive.
Yeah. Well, he kind of failed. He didn't get home in time to save his wife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
that's right.
He's like,
'Cause
I
that
came home and there was a
yeah.
man in my house.
And then they blame it on him.
He's like, get off my plane.
Get off my
You know, something like that.
He's like, "Get off my pl-"
You know, something like that.
Something like that happened. I think it's the
Something
same.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Except I think that maybe, you know, The Fugitive may be one of my all-time favorite movies. That's a great movie.
That's not bad.
Well, yeah, going back to our
pretty
top conversation in the last episode, we mentioned top 3 movies. Would you add that one to your list?
I probably would add that one to my list.
Okay, so that for you would then be The Fugitive, Die Hard, and It's a Wonderful Life. Those are your top 3? Can we submit that for
Those are rewatchable movies. I'd rewatch.
rewatch?
But I also really like Air Force One. I don't know. It's tough.
Ooh,
That
Tough
is
one.
tough.
That's a good one.
Those
Especially
two.
for a Harrison Ford fan.
I know.
That's really tough.
Because those movies are both like up there for me on like Harrison Ford movies. and he plays Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
But I don't think those ones are up there.
Oh, and Gary Oldman is in Air Force One.
Air Force One, yeah.
He's the Russian.
He plays the really great villain, yeah.
Man.
I just have my third movie.
Oh, let's hear it.
into my it's Guy Ritchie's Snatch.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's great.
Yeah.
No, Tommy, I don't think that's a good movie to put on your list.
A little bit higher.
Oh really?
If you go back and like listen to Jason Statham's voice,
See?
it's like higher.
I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also
No,
for you,
Tommy.
Gary, Ridley Scott directed Black Hawk Down. It's another.
Oh.
Yeah. Again,
How
going
long
back
is
to
that
our
movie?
previous episode. I can look it up. I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
it's still Alien, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change that.
Yeah,
Not
no, you know,
changing.
If
Black-
only you could,
No.
if you could take Lord of the Rings as a single movie, like here's the thing,
Yeah.
my family has like that Blu-ray that has all three
The
Lord of the
box
Rings
set
in one box,
Yeah.
so it looks like it takes up the same amount of space as one movie. Does that count?
No.
No.
Damn. So the other two discs just happened to fall out before you took it. That doesn't make any sense.
Black Hawk Down runtime is 2 hours and 24 minutes. Extended is 2 hours and 32 minutes.
So there's the Ridley Scott
That's like
we know
that's
and
like
love.
Yeah.
that's
right.
like Braveheart though. Braveheart, like the extended edition, like that movie's already long, but like with the extended edition, it goes over like 3 hours. I mean,
It was
like,
even Lord of the Rings, you know. It's like,
that's it's up there with it, but it's
Totally.
just one movie at least. Like okay, but what
Right.
did you guys think about the Hobbit movies though? Like
I only watched the first and last one.
Okay.
I didn't watch. What I saw of like when they go to shoot. What's the town that's floating?
Dale
Dale. Yeah, when they go to Dale, I
or
heard
Erebor.
that was a little weird.
I think it's Dale is what you're talking about.
Dale. Yeah, and the guy who shoots the arrow into
Yeah.
Smog or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Bard.
Yeah.
I heard that was all just a little weird in the way they did it.
I thought.
I enjoyed the first one.
Okay, so I thought the first one was actually like I thought it stayed really on point with the book.
So that's what this Dune did so well.
Mm-hmm.
Is it is really good. It's about 3/4 of the first book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's 6 or 7 books. And so one just for like if first thing that you have to do when you're making a movie adaptation is make it.
There are 15 Dune books.
There are 15. Holy crap.
There are 15, but I think 6 are by the original author, and then his
okay.
son and another guy have gone on to write more.
Tolkien did it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Christopher
yeah.
Tolkien.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you make a movie that is on a book, that's the first thing is, well, is it like the original story? Because most people like kind of
reference
like the
that.
books.
Yeah.
And the books for Dune I haven't read them yet.
Yeah.
But
I've read the first one.
you have. Did you like it? I heard it was a kind of a slog with the world building.
It's slow. There's a lot of world building. A lot trying to answer questions the entire time, or at least they're proposing.
I thought the movie kind of was like that, though.
It was no, and that's
I
why
didn't think the movie really went anywhere, and I'm not upset by that. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like it really had. Like, I know that they're going to make. I'm assuming they're going to make another one.
Oh yeah,
They're
it's
supposed- yeah,
part,
they are,
part
yeah.
one.
Yeah, but if that was a standalone, that was bad movie. But
If
because,
they're
but
building-
because
it's not complete.
Right.
Yeah.
Because no, I'm saying that knowing that there's going to be another one. Like,
Yeah.
if that was a standalone movie, it was not a good movie. If it was just the first part, I thought it was a pretty good movie.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard people said for the book for an adaptation, really spot on.
Yeah.
Plus or minus some political. I think maybe the political atmosphere they couldn't get
Right.
entirely into. I haven't seen.
The problem.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you compare that to the Hobbit, you can't say the first Hobbit because there's only one.
There's
book
only
and they
one
made
Hobbit.
Three movies.
Yeah.
But I thought the first movie really held up to its section of the book. I thought it was like pretty accurate. Like, you know what? This really is what the book is like. And then the second and third, they started adding all this other world stuff,
Extra
like,
characters.
which I'm not saying it's not part of Tolkien's like story. It's not part of the like bigger universe.
They added Tom Bombadil.
right.
They put Tom
Yeah.
Bombadil in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
They did bring him back.
which is cool.
Did they?
No, I don't think he was. in
Okay.
it.
I was like, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
With
With Dune, I listened to it actually like audio on an audiobook, and it was pretty cool because it actually had like sound effects the entire time, or throughout
about
most
that.
of it. So yeah, while you're listening,
I don't feel like I like that, but I've never listened to it. So
yeah, I enjoyed it actually because sometimes it really helps set the mood. Because like there was one time, one scene where the Lady Jessica and the Duke go out onto a balcony, so they're conversing, and the entire time they're out there conversing, there's this like a soft wind blowing, like you can hear it in the background.
And they had someone play the Duke and
Actually,
someone
yeah, actors,
yes,
right?
and then they had voice actors. Which one thing that was kind of weird is they weren't consistent through the entire book. Like there'd be times where like Jessica said, and instead of her voice cutting in, the guy would just kind of keep reading her line, and then later on she would.
That's weird.
Yeah, so that was kind of
That messed it up.
inconsistent.
Yeah,
That was my biggest complaint with like that they made it inconsistent that way. But other than that, I actually enjoyed the book. Yeah, I will admit I kind of had like drudged through it, but other than that, I mean, it was.
I mean, I feel like it's
Interesting.
easier with you get in the car and press play and you just kind of.
Yeah, I don't. If I was reading I like reading actual physical books, but like on my long car rides to work, I like to listen to stuff. And so that, if it wasn't for that, I don't know if I would have actually finished it. Listening to it definitely helped me just do that. So, but yeah, it was really good. I'm excited to see what they do with the second movie.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see. I mean, again, they stayed true to the first half of the book, but like Zendaya, I can't remember her character's name.
I heard it was incredibly well casted. Like everyone,
I think it's pretty well. I mean, I like it. Yeah.
There were a lot of like turn a corner and you see like this person's like, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know you were going to be in this. One thing they didn't do, though, was to kind of... Like in the book, they're able to describe people's powers and abilities more. They can go into greater detail with either someone's thought or just like, going into the history of someone or
the
something.
voice.
Yeah, but in the movie, unfortunately, they didn't really capture that.
That's
so
hard.
There are a couple people who have powers, and you're kind of like, I forget his name, I forget his power, but he just looks up to the sky, and his eyes just like gloss over, and then he like answers a question for the Duke, and like, well, how'd you do that? Who are you? What can you do? He's a Mentat. I think he's a Mentat, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while for me, but anyways, yeah, good book, good movie. I would recommend it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing it after my book. Then I'm gonna
Reading it or watching it?
reading, and then I'm gonna watch it. I really wanted to read the book first, but
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
the movie I heard the movie was fun.
we just watched the show Foundation,
The Asimov.
and yeah, I'm gonna start reading that. But from what I've heard from my dad, like it's kind of a slow book. Like the book, like the way they did the show, I think is fantastic. Like I really enjoyed it, but like
So who's the guy that did Wheel of Time?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
So okay, so
we have computers here. My
So-
friend Michael loves those
Oh!
books. He's been
yeah. So real quick. So Wheel of Time was one of the first books to kind of create its own fantasy from what
Robert
my
Jordan.
friends. So so what happened is you have fairy tales,
Right.
dwarves, elves, whatever, all this
Right.
stuff, and it's all kind of disconnected. Tolkien was one of the first people to kind of bring it all,
Yeah.
compile it, bring it all together into under one banner.
Mm-hmm.
And then so there's so much, and then people can do what they want with that.
Right.
They can like Elder Scrolls, they have
Yeah.
their own way, other people, whatever. So he went on and so he has to build his own world.
Mhm.
Really, like I can say elf and be like elf, okay. Like we all kind of have an image of what an elf is.
Right, giant wolf arrow.
Dwarf, whatever. Yeah.
That's that was my first where my mind went before.
Yeah.
But then you move. But then like this task of creating your own thing. From what I've heard, the books are almost entirely like plot is very secondary to the world that is trying to be built. Like
Will of Time.
yeah, from
Really?
what I've heard, it's very.
That doesn't mean the show won't.
No,
do it,
I think
because
the show can probably.
Sometimes all you
capitalize.
need is the world, and you can build your own story within the world. Like
Right, but in the books he's like building. It's the world that he has
Yeah.
to build, and then in this other guy, Brandon Sanderson, he builds a world with really good plots. So
Well,
you get the best of both worlds.
So like in the story Foundation, like, and we already kind of witnessed that in the first season, but like it's the story takes place over hundreds, maybe even thousands of years.
By the
So,
end
like,
of it, it's over.
So
it's over
like they're
100
doing a really
years.
good job in the show of explaining ways that they can keep the same characters. They've done a really great job, but in the book, I imagine there's not the same characters, and it's like minus the main guy, Harry Seldon,
and Gale.
and Gale. But
Who's a
I don't know
man.
that Gale is really. I don't know that Gale is in the entire. I don't know. I've never read the books, but I want to read them. But like Harry Seldon, sorry. He he's like a hologram later on in the show. Like he's like appearing to the people who are starting the foundation and whatnot,
Giving them information.
and like giving them like tips on like this is supposed to happen, like all that stuff. So
Gotcha.
So like he remains consistent, and they found a way to make it so the Empire like is consistent in the show, but in the book I think it's just different people.
Yeah.
But they did it where they cloned the guy, like he's just the same guy, so it's the same actors time after time. But I think
really cool,
they've done a great job. I mean, it,
Yeah.
it added a really cool element. But I think the book may be a lot slower than how the show is. They've managed to really keep it captivating, like in the show. So I'm not saying Wheel of Time is great. I have no idea. Like maybe it's bad, but I'm willing to give it a chance just because sometimes even with slow books you can make an interesting story out of it. So
That's Russian literature right there.
I have a friend who that's his favorite book series. Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It was crazy. So after having watched Game of Thrones and then read through what books they have so far, I was then like,
dude, that's crazy.
I know. I was like, oh, I want something else like this. And then I just started Googling, like, hey, what book series is, of that equal to, Game of Thrones or whatever. And I saw all this stuff about Wheel of Time. And then, like, a week later, I saw that Amazon announced that they were going to be making a series about the Wheel of Time. And that was kind of weird to me. But, yeah, have you watched the show yet?
No.
Is your friend going to? Is he interested in it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's
eventually.
awesome.
He's a pretty big fan, so I
Yeah,
can't
that's
imagine he doesn't. And then like
Right.
he's very like wants to criticize it.
Well, he could
I'm
be.
sure.
He could. I mean, so he does want to criticize the show, or
he wants. I'm sure he wants to see it so he can like draw the comparisons, like how
Right.
close is this to the book? Because that's what if you're a fan. That's
Yeah,
what you
sure.
do. Yeah.
If he really likes the books, if it's not close, he probably is not going to care too much for it.
Yeah.
I haven't read the Foundation books, but my dad has. So he's the one telling me like, like the books are slow. Like, and that's one thing I was kind of reading like comments about, because I was going to buy the audiobook and like listen to it originally, but I didn't do it. But because all the reviews were like, this book is like super slow. Like, I mean, because my dad said that Asimov like wrote a bunch of stories where like you're not seeing the events happen, you're hearing secondhand from a person.
Oh, wow.
So it's like somebody else is describing the events that happened around him. So it may not be the most interesting book, but I have the actual paperback from my dad, so I'm gonna give that a try.
Yeah.
And see how that does it.
You have to let us know.
Don't have to put any money into it.
Weekly review. We're going to do a weekly review. Joel reads Foundation.
Yeah, I gotta actually read it though. Is the problem.
That's how we're going to keep you accountable.
Next week, how good? Was it any good?
Oh yeah, the first page.
I don't know.
The preface was amazing.
Yeah. It's the first page, The Foundation
I
by
learned
Isaac
a lot
Asimov.
about Isaac Asimov.
It's really...
And then what happened,
So
Joel?
he turned out to be Russian. Believe it or not.
No way.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Wow. Now, going back to Game of Thrones real quick. Gary, have you seen anything about... Have you watched it?
No.
Or, no? I know. Well, I don't think you have either.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, Joel and I, we got deep into that. Well, when it was not right when it was coming out. We came in like around season 5 or 6, and we just binged the heck out of it.
I did watch the last like 3 episodes of the whole thing.
Oh,
That's
sucks.
the worst part to watch.
Yeah, I know.
Because we all like lived together and it was just
Yeah.
on
Well,
when we were
Plus,
walking
mom
through.
Mom was
Your mom was
also
watching it.
That's right. We
really
walked
upset.
in when they were watching the last episode for the first time.
Mom was like, "Damn it!"
She was like, "This
Oh,
is."
God.
She was like,
Damn
"Are you
it.
serious?"
"This is so
Yeah.
bad."
Yeah.
So, I recently saw an article where they were like, oh, it's if you really look at Daenerys and see her character arc, you see that this was expected. I'm like,
It's not,
It's
though.
not.
It's not at all.
Yeah, I'm like,
Really? I thought she was like a for the people kind of
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
She
She-
fucking people.
towards the very
And-
end, she just became a very huge hypocritical person.
You know what I think happened? The writers were like, what are they doing? Okay.
Yeah. Or like
some
the
dice on it.
dartboard. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I just really hate this guy.
I mean,
I'm gonna get him out of there.
from what I had heard, the writers of it, they were just kind of like, we've been doing this for 7 seasons, we're kind of tired.
No, from what I actually heard in like interviews, that the main showrunners who also wrote the show were just sick of it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well,
pass it off to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, don't
But you were
just
ending it. Why? Like,
right.
Yeah, so
You
they
had good
rushed the
endings.
ending, and then they just said, okay, here's the cop out, we're done, goodbye. And this
Well, I mean, the one defense I'll give them is that the guy who's writing the books
hasn't finished
hasn't
the books.
finished it, so
Yeah.
there is no official ending. So I mean, they probably had like pointers about what he's gonna do and all this stuff, but like, he wrote 5 books in 15 years, and then it's been 10 years since the last one's released, and the new one has not been released since then.
Yeah.
So
it's- well-
that like it's almost been as long as he released 5 books since a book has been released. That's insane. Like
Yeah, no, that's
I don't know.
But someone who I think is fairly consistent in what they do, like the quality of work that they provide and they put forth, is Quentin Tarantino. And that brings me to my next topic.
Oh yeah.
box office game show.
Bogs.
That's so Bogs, man.
We need to get like a
Boggers.
Bogs button where it's
Bogs.
yeah.
And it's all of us going.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny. It was like a
Why?
dissonant choir of us going. Bogs. Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino edition. Okay, we're gonna play the game now.
That was better.
Presented by
Was it?
DisasterMinds Podcast.
All right, first up on the list is Inglorious Basterds.
Ooh.
Pardon the French.
Pardon the French for all they've done. I hope the next president of the United States pardons the French. We forgive
We
you.
apologize
Finally.
for being. We pardon you from being.
Like
what you are.
we don't. What did we do? And then,
Well,
We
You know you
apologize for nothing.
Well, you know what you did.
You know. We all know what you did.
what year do you guys think this movie came out?
oh, this was 2009.
2012.
2012.
2012, 2012,
I don't know
and
for
2009. You guys gonna rate this?
Christmas
I'm gonna
Day
guess.
2009.
He does do like Hateful Eight came out on Christmas
That was a
Day.
Christmas Day release.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say like December 8th, 2012 is my guess.
January 8th, 2012.
Oh.
2009.
August
So I was
thinking of- I was thinking of Django's
2009.
You
What do you guys think
You didn't have to
is
go with
the-
that
you
answer.
inglorious bastard.
What's the budget? What do you think? Let me hear it.
200 million.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 250 million. I mean, how much do you think he spent just on like blood
Oh, you know that
in that
that's-
scene at the end with Hitler?
Isn't
My God.
Kill Bill wasn't the biggest expense?
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
Wait.
Oh, yeah,
many-
Kill
Okay,
Bill.
wait. What'd you guys say?
250.
200.
250 and 200.
Gary, your answer, please.
175.
The answer for Inglorious Basterds, 2009.
It's like 500.
70
Whoa.
million.
I win.
Yes. Congratulations.
I was gonna guess.
Opening weekend.
Oh well.
This was a great movie.
It was fantastic.
I think that this one.
The
was a
opening
success.
scene alone is just.
I know, incredible.
And Gary, you had a really great point. I think a long time ago, or maybe it was Joel, when you were talking about this movie, just the opening scene. I mean, we obviously Christoph Waltz,
yeah.
amazing,
Ah,
but the French dude in there who's like getting interviewed by him is fantastic too.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like I
yeah.
couldn't
That was
name
Joel.
him.
I think Joel.
Joel said that?
The way that like he doesn't want to give him up, but
he's, like-
it just like it keeps getting more and more serious,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just keeps pressing
Christoph.
further.
Christoph Waltz got a really good scene.
Yeah.
partner.
That is
Oh,
the
yeah.
most. That
And
is
no
the
one
most
knows
tense.
look up
So
the dude's name.
he was kind of
absolutely.
he was kind of unknown at the time, like Christoph Waltz was,
Right.
And they said that like I read or I saw somewhere that they like kept him hidden from all the other actors, like they didn't like let him know
Really?
who he was, so that when he came in he'd be like super intimidating. And like I get that, but I also don't really for Christoph Waltz because he's a very short guy.
Yeah.
Like his acting's incredible, but he's not like a super like
intimidating.
intimidating.
Looking.
He's not super intimidating looking, but like fantastic. Like that opening scene is actually one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema. Like
Yeah.
any
His-
movie. Like
his name is Denis Menochet.
that's his character name?
Dennis Menochet. No, he's La
That-
Petite.
La Petite.
Yeah, the actor is.
Perrier.
Monsieur La Petite.
Perrier La Petite.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah,
start
La
the water
Petite.
company? Like,
All right. What do you guys think opening weekend did?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think opening weekend. I'm gonna say 80 million.
I was gonna say 35 million.
Okay.
80 million,
I bet
35
that-
million.
I bet that opening weekend they were able to make up half of at least half of what they spent.
I'll say 60 million.
Okay.
The answer is Inglorious Basterds 2009 opening weekend. Oh,
You're on.
sorry, we had to switch.
I'm nervous it's
screens
gonna be
there.
in the triple like 300 or 100
I
million.
win.
38
Oh,
million.
Will.
That was
Cool.
That was Will. Spot
Nice.
on there. You said 35, right?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
he had it.
That was nice.
That's a point for everyone so far.
Nope.
Congratulations.
Nope. It's Will
I don't
2,
have-
Gary
I don't have-
1.
Oh, I thought Joel. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I thought Joel had the date.
Well,
Oh,
I have the date.
Will.
Joel's
He
not
wants it this
winning.
time.
I'm so
you.
sick, guys. Leave me alone.
All right,
Fuck
gross
this-
domestic.
On this
You.
episode of DisasterMinds Podcast, we see what happens when Joel doesn't get his way.
Oh my gosh.
You guys can't see right now, but Joel is seething.
Okay. And the opening.
Joel's so mad right now,
I'm
dude.
so
You don't know.
pissed. Oh my god, I just want to kill somebody.
The opening weekend is 38 million.
Gross domestic. I'm gonna say 320 million.
Yeah, I'll say 500.
325.
No, I'll say 420 million.
420 million.
Nice. No, 420 is 69 million.
Yeah, that's what
Is that
I
your
said.
new
Wait, Joel, what was
That's
your
what
guess?
I-
'Cause
Mine's 320.
I was gonna
That's
say
what I said.
350 million.
Okay.
I'll say
Final
I'll
answers?
say 400 million.
400 million. Gross domestic,
Easy dub.
120 million.
no! I got it.
Got
No,
it.
we were all.
Yeah.
We all like this movie.
Okay, I think that now we're probably really close on the worldwide then.
Yeah.
On our
I think
last,
the
I think our
French
last
and
guesses.
Or closer to worldwide.
Germans probably like
Yeah.
this one. Well, actually,
I don't know about Germans liking
Just-
anything.
They
but-
don't.
They're always the bad guys, and it's poor them. I mean, like
Yeah.
What's this?
they've been
They're being
behaving pretty
Dude,
well
There's
for a
German
while.
people are in the Bastards.
That's true. Yeah, Hugo Stiglitz,
Hugo Stieglitz.
love him.
Let's hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my 320 because I really
Back
think
to
that
320 for Joel.
I think that we're close.
All right.
200.
200.
I'm gonna say 300 instead
These
of
are all
350.
millions, by the way, right?
300
million.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. Worldwide, 321
Oh,
million.
Joel, what'd you say?
I said 320.
You did.
Damn it, Joel.
Dude,
Joel.
I was like, that had to be close. Like
That was awesome.
that was lucky.
Okay, so it says 321 million.
Oh,
So
my
Joel was
gosh.
only off by a million.
Oh, well, Joel
Yeah.
hasn't
But
pulled up.
really
on his
close.
laptop. Joel hasn't pulled up.
All right,
I
here we
can't
go.
see it though.
No.
I can see the answer.
No. You have. That was a joke. You have the answer. Pulled up.
Oh,
Well, he's-
oh yeah, I googled
He's
it.
looking
I
at
googled it.
He looked
Next
it up.
movie, The
I didn't want to
Django
get it spot
Unchained.
on,
Just
or you'd be
kidding.
like, I got $1 short.
2012.
What was
Yeah,
what was
I'm
the?
pretty sure it's 2012. I just don't know what date.
I was also on the 2012 trip.
Well, I was getting
Okay.
this one mixed up
November.
with the other one.
Okay,
so,
okay, hey, hold on. Okay, so all three contestants
I'm gonna say December 25th.
said that it was the 2012. Now this one was a Christmas release, but also had a secondary release. If you can get that month, the closest to get the secondary release month will win this point.
Okay, but I'm saying December 25th, 2012 is my original release. Date.
That's
I
I feel like
understand that was the original release date, but there
says
is a
Christ-
secondary.
No. I just wanted to have that in before I go with my secondary.
Joel gets the imaginary point.
So Joel, this is Joel's safety for in case he doesn't get his way.
yeah.
If everyone
Yeah.
else is completely wrong,
This episode. I'll say April 20th. April 20th.
Okay. Or
Of
420.
this,
Another one?
of this year.
I'm gonna
2012.
say Valentine's Day of 2013.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Secondary.
January of 2012 or 2013.
Yeah,
I don't- I
Can I,
don't-
can
I
I
don't
get a
have
day?
Okay, January 7th of 2013.
okay.
That's my guess.
Here we go. The answer is May 16th,
Ooh,
2013.
Gary won.
Secondary
Nice,
date.
nice.
All
That
right.
was
Budget
4
boys.
days and a month off. So
What do you
5.
think?
What was Inglorious Basterds? That was like 70
that
million?
was not that much. It was
70 million?
Yeah, something like that. I was shocked, but
I think this one would be lower. I bet it'd be harder to shoot a World War II movie than it would to shoot like a Wild West movie if you've got enough land.
I might have to disagree.
but also like that doesn't really matter because you're renting whatever. You're
Plus, they went. They went to.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
closing
I'm
my
not
eyes.
looking.
Closing my eyes.
Press the wrong key, people. My
They went
apologies.
to. They had some. You know when he's walking the slaves out and he had the Christoph Waltz has the wagon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. There were some
yeah. There's
maybe
some
potentially
There's
really pricey scenes.
some, I'm just gonna try to keep. I'm gonna say 100 million. I'm just gonna say close, but
You said what?
100 million.
I'll say 80 million. Because I think that they would keep it, I don't know, consistent
Well,
in that
yeah,
range.
Right.
What'd you say?
I said 100 million.
I'll say. What'd you say?
80.
80.
Yeah. I'll say 70 then.
Django Unchained, 2013. 100 million.
Wow.
Joel on the dot.
Oh shoot.
Opening weekend.
Another great movie, and it all-star cast. Like
Yeah.
seriously,
Oh yeah,
like,
outstanding. Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't like his face. Leonardo DiCaprio. Hate that guy.
Just kidding.
Oh, and who
Samuel
can forget?
L. Jackson.
Well, and who can forget? What's his name?
You forgot.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah.
Jonah Hill's
Oh
the
my
mask.
gosh,
You're
yeah.
right.
I think we can
Yeah,
all
that's
agree
The Mask were a good idea. But maybe
I'm
they
not saying
executed.
nothing about anybody's wives.
Opening weekend.
Opening weekend. 50 million. That's
70
what it is.
million.
40 million.
Opening weekend for Django. $30 million.
well, nice.
Ugh.
Dang.
Sweet.
Looking kind of bad right now.
30 million.
I really overthink the
Yeah.
opening weekend.
Gross domestic. Here we go. You gotta keep in mind because this opening weekend date might actually be from Christmas
Christmas
Day. I don't
release
know
date.
if they combine Christmas Day and the secondary
Right.
May 16th, but
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so that could make it challenging.
makes it difficult going forward.
Domestic.
250,000.
250
Million?
from Gary.
Million?
Million, sorry.
Okay, 250 million from Gary.
250,000 million.
250,000 million gajillion.
That's like trillions of dollars.
Cajillions and bajillions.
I wanna
Or that's
say-
billions of dollars.
120 million.
120 million.
That's a really good guess. I'm gonna say 145 million.
145 million.
Come on, baby.
162 million.
That was only 40.
805,000.
So that's even better domestic than Inglorious Basterds was, right?
Yep.
So this is probably gonna be better worldwide also.
Yeah.
200. I'll say 200.
200.
I'm gonna go with Gary's old answer of 420 million.
Okay.
I'm going to guess 275 million.
Worldwide for Django. 425 million.
wow.
Dude, the last one was 320 million.
So that's
Oh,
425 million. Joel said 420 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joel is on his game.
He's on it. How many points?
It is Gary has 2, Joel has 5, I have 3.
All right.
This episode.
So-
Last movie.
I could come back here. Gary could come back.
Pulp
A
here.
classic. Pulp Fiction.
This is, I don't know, I'm gonna guess December 10th of 1992.
I like
Did
Joel.
you see it on there? Because that was so...
No.
Okay, you were
No.
so quick on that
I know it's
draw.
92. I just
Okay.
don't know what day it is in 92. So I'm going with December 10th.
Okay.
May 5th. I
Okay.
don't know.
What year?
1992.
Oh, do you know it's 92?
I'm just
I'm
betting.
fairly certain it's
I'm
92.
I'm kind of using Joel's confidence in
April-
92 to like
April 20th,
Maybe
1992.
Back with the 420, Gary.
Oh, it's 94.
October-
Joel was still
Dang
closest.
it.
Oh, I win.
Joel was closest.
You picked
1994.
the latest month.
I said December.
Shit.
Yeah. It was
All right.
94.
Okay.
Okay,
Budget.
so Reservoir Dogs must be 92 then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I know one of them. I thought one of them was, so. Okay, budget for Pulp Fiction can't be a lot, right? Like compared to the other ones, because this is his second movie, and Reservoir Dogs was like dirt cheap.
You got a
20,
lot of.
I'm going to say 25 million.
Reservoir Dogs was like in the hundreds of thousands. I thought it was like super cheap.
Oh, but like
they put
the
Bruce Willis
cast,
in
though.
late. Like. I
No,
don't
yeah,
know.
you're right.
Might be a bit more.
You do have a great cast.
You do have a
Samuel
great cast.
Jackson, John Travolta.
50 million.
What's his name? We
40
are the beef. Arby's. What's his name?
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan.
No, it's
Oh, Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames.
Sorry.
Yeah, Ving Rhames is in this movie. I'm gonna go with
I'm all over the place with my guess.
20 million. I think you're close, Will.
What'd you say, Will?
35
I'll say 40. No.
The answer for Pulp Fiction 1994.
$8 million.
$1 million.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it couldn't be much, but oh look, it has all the cast like Uma Thurman,
Oh, yeah.
Tim Roth. Oh my gosh,
Opening weekend.
Eric Stoltz.
Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that scene.
Oh
that's
my
one.
gosh,
That's one
I
of the
forgot
funniest
too.
scenes. Rosanna Arquette. Really, I forgot about that. Opening weekend. I can't imagine it was fantastic, but it probably. I'm gonna say like 10 million, maybe.
1 million.
That seems extreme.
1 million over here.
I'm gonna stick with my 10.
10
but
for
I think
Joel.
I'm wrong. No.
Gary,
4.
4. Answer
Joel-
for opening weekend, Gary or Will.
I said 1 million.
Were you gonna say something else?
No.
Okay. Opening weekend. 9 million.
Oh.
So
That
no
means
one
that goes to that.
That goes to Gary.
Oh, that's for Gary. Yeah, 'cause he went.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went over. All right.
Oh man.
Either way, Joel has already won it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yet again, gross domestic.
Doesn't matter. Joel won.
I don't actually think this movie did that great, like box office run. I don't know. I could be wrong.
think
I
it
love
was-
the movie,
But
but
it's a cult classic.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 25 million.
Yeah. I'll say 15. It's really low, but I'm gonna say it.
What do you think?
If
Will?
opening weekend was 9 million.
Yeah, that's
What'd
true.
you say, Gary?
15.
15. Joel, what'd
15.
you
I
say?
said 25.
25 from Joel.
I'm gonna say 14 million. I'm gonna shoot the pocket.
What?
Domestic.
That's not shooting the pocket.
107
Cult classic.
So it-
Mike.
Bailey.
Yeah, no, that was a success, is what you call that.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
So worldwide gross,
Well, it'll have to be.
Even the opening weekend was stellar.
I'm gonna say 220 million.
Yeah, opening
Just
weekend
stick with
they
my
already made their
20s.
money
I like the 20 million range.
I'm gonna say 150 million.
What do you say, Joel? 120?
220 million.
220. Well,
150 million.
150.
230 million.
230? 213.
Oh, so Will got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's Price is Right rules unless none of us got.
Man.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thanks for playing another round
So
of
that's
BOGS.
BOGS. Gary
Bugs.
had 3. Will had 4. Joel had 8.
Also, our champ is still Joel over here, killing it.
Joel.
It's not even
We're
that
gonna
you're
get
like
medal.
more skilled. It's that your guesses
My
are
guesses
better.
are solid enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
close
get-
enough that it works for
Yeah.
you.
I'd say there's a bit of a consistency.
It's
skill.
I don't know.
He's guessing. It's really good.
Does that mean guessing is a skill?
Maybe.
Yeah, I
I think
qualify
guessing.
that.
Guessing could be a skill.
Estimating.
It's a skill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only skill.
Is to guess.
Oh,
Well, if all your guesses are
that makes me
good
feel
enough.
better about losing.
At least you can lift weights.
Still fun to do.
Same.
Yeah,
I
like
enjoyed
that.
the shit
Yeah.
out of that game.
Let us know what other movies you guys want to see in the comments below, and we'll be happy to put them in next for you guys. Going forward, I've been holding on to this question for a little while. I thought it was kind of funny. Might be kind of fun to discuss. But picture this, all right?
Okay.
You are employed in,
Done.
by
Right,
the
right.
Galactic Empire.
Oh yeah.
You're in the
Star
army
Wars.
of the Galactic Empire. Yes, you are a stormtrooper. Answer this for me, guys. Would you prefer to die by some farm boy who got a lucky shot off into an exhaust port on his first day in space battle with no experience?
Are you talking about the galactic tragedy?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Death Star?
Remember
Yeah,
the
we
Death Star.
remember.
A lot of good people.
Yeah.
Micah.
Yeah.
Where
Keep
were
that in
you?
mind.
Where were you when you heard about the
Or-
Death Star?
Well, I had
Hear
a
this
friend who
one.
was going to go to the Death Star, and
And
he didn't. He didn't. End
okay,
up
then
going.
picture this. He got deployed to Endor instead. So would you prefer to get your ass handed to you by a 2-foot tall teddy bear with sticks and stones?
And we
Oh,
die
man.
either way, right?
Either way, you're dying. But which one do you prefer?
Oh God, I'd rather die on that gem, the station.
See, I'd rather die in the second one. The second.
Why?
In the Ewoks.
Okay. Defend your answer. I'm curious.
Because you know, going into it, I probably wouldn't have thought I would die. Whereas you go out into a giant space station, like there's a plethora of things that could go wrong out there. I mean, like not
it's
just
the most
one guy.
sophisticated
He
machine. of its
happened to
kind.
shoot a plasma bullet that can travel and then dip into the exhaust port, right?
Lucky shot.
But then you're up there, you're watching. You see that there's your currently being rebuilt Death Star. You're like, no way, I'm going on that Death. Like, you know, I'm not going onto that Death Star when they open.
No, I wouldn't
Like,
go on the second one.
No, I wouldn't go on the second one. You're like, no way in hell I'm going to. I'm going to stay on the ground.
No,
You know,
I feel cool. It's
That's like
I'm
hearing-
I am in the Death Star.
They're-
This
wait,
is so cool.
They're remaking Joyland.
They're
Oh,
rebuilding.
yeah,
it.
Are you
but,
serious?
but with the timber from the
No.
original.
Yeah. It's antique wood.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'd be like, yeah, I'll take my chances with the teddy bears, even if I am dead, even if I'm the guy who's in that
Well,
ATST
That's
that
the
gets
thing
smashed.
about this hypothetical.
Oh my
is
gosh,
we know for
yeah.
certain we're dying.
Yeah, oh,
and I don't want to
you don't
get
make it
like
out
ripped
alive.
apart, eaten by little teddy bears. Like that's just insulting. Plus, they're tiny people, and they're ripping me apart with their little teeth.
So you just want it like instant, like you're gone, like.
Yeah, like I hear, like I'm in the South Pole, and everyone is. And
Like you hear that going.
I go, the fuck is that? The fire.
Like, let me get my chance. I'm gonna get in my escape pod and fly down to Endor. This is my chance to survive. He lands immediately into some pool of Ewoks.
Yeah, with all the dead stormtroopers there.
Yeah.
They look at you and it's like, no, I'm not one of them. I swear.
I think
like-
Ewoks are scary.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah,
okay?
But wait, well, you
Lord.
haven't answered yet. What do you prefer?
Oh, I'd be on the Death Star.
Yeah.
Really?
I would be, if I could have it my way, but I'm dying, but the trade-off is I get it my way, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
so
yeah.
so I'm waking up, getting ready for my shift. It's in
Yeah.
about an hour.
It's like, oh, hello everyone, welcome to the Death Star this morning. Like
I'm doing this.
everyone bright and
Big
early.
stretches.
It looks like
my coffee's brewed.
Yeah.
you're like there is no weather today, but it does look like we have we're seeing some blips on the radar out in the distance.
Yeah, I chuckle at that because I know we're the Death Star.
It's much
Not a-
bigger.
Not a lot
Like,
can
no
go against
exhaust
us.
ports this time. They have to fly into the damn thing. Like,
Yeah, and I
People do, and even then you just hear little.
I take a sip of my coffee and I look out the window. I see the X-wings. I'm getting a little nervous about it. I see them like disappear into the drive shaft, and that's when I think that's when I come
they're
to
screwed.
that's when I come to terms with it. I'm like, if this happens, that's when I start my walk closer to the core, so that if it
So it's
happens,
quicker?
it happens faster.
Wow.
Just
And-
instant death.
Okay, but you guys remember the explosion? It wasn't like it would
No, it was
was just-
instant.
like.
I'm
the
not
whole
sure how
thing.
that would work.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but like,
Yeah.
it must be enough energy in that core to like just.
I do think if that did happen, it'd probably more than likely just fracture and you'd be like kind of stranded, kind of a dead space situation
Right.
where
There'd be
everything.
no
Probably.
oxygen.
Probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, that's the
yeah.
thing.
And those
They
helmets
stores
don't.
and seal
Those
off.
helmets don't.
No, they don't.
They don't keep oxygen. What would you choose though?
Oh yeah, I take my chances with the little furry creatures.
I mean, you're dying either way though.
Yeah, for sure. No,
But you're right. You don't think
Yeah,
you're.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna go down there.
I would think.
Yeah.
Like my thought
Yeah,
process is, I
no.
would not die to these people.
Mission
so I'm choosing
report.
this
They're
one.
like, yeah, so it's a wooded planet, a lot of trees, and get this, guys. There's these little stuffed animals down there. I go, I got my blaster. What am I worried about?
Easy.
You wake up and you're like. Morning Empire radio's playing, and they're like, and still there are 0 reports of a stormtrooper ever dying to an Ewok. And then there's like, but we
Zero
do have
reports.
history of a Death Star being blown up.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
I'm
mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I can't hit that send button fast enough. I'm gone. I'm already
to me,
suited up.
the I think it might be the opposite of Will. Like, they're like, the ding ding.
yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your first shift. It's currently 9:00 Central Death Star time, and it's we have a couple no weather today, but we do have a couple X-wings from the rebellion attacking us. Nothing to fret about. Keep worrying. Just work on your whatever you need to whatever. And then like I see out the window, and I'm like, oh, they are. They're coming back again. But then I see Darth Vader go by, and I'm like, all right. And then I turn around as soon as he gets blasted by Han Solo. I'm like, whatever. And I'm walking out of my coffee like, yeah, this will be fine. Like,
Just
it's light.
blissful.
I know everyone. Hey, man, how you doing? Like, I'm very comfortable.
Yeah.
Down in Endor, dude, I get there. Maybe I survive the day because I can see them and I can shoot them.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. But I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
whatever. Night comes. I turn my dinky little flashlight on. And I see
Scoping out.
Yeah.
and I'm freaking out. My my
Right.
heartbeat starts
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And then I turn around and
Did you ever
Yeah.
play on
I did.
Battlefront?
That was scary.
Dude,
The
that
Ewok
was
hunt?
the Ewok hunt. That was the scariest thing
That's
to
why-
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see a 2022 Star Wars story about just a squad of stormtroopers that's on Endor that gets picked off.
Oh
by
yeah,
Ewoks.
Yeah.
that would be
That'd be really scary.
That'd be a
Yeah.
good horror.
That'd be a
Yeah.
great horror flick. Oh, I would watch the crap out of that for numerous reasons.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think your job would be as a stormtrooper if you were on the Death
Yeah,
Star?
that's a good- that's what I was
Because there's
thinking.
got to be janitorial staff. There's got to be the
Yeah.
guy who works in the cafe.
Okay,
You
so
know,
here's my
serves
thought.
food.
Here's my thought. Because I thought about this. So I rose through the ranks, right, very quickly.
Good for you.
I was just like, I'm gonna just put my nose to the grindstone. You see that tall, dark
And they
dude over
noticed
there?
you. That's
yeah,
good.
I'm like
Respect,
that
man.
guy over there. got a little glow rod that I've seen him like this shred some shit up. I'm like, I don't want
one. Oh, you want one of those?
I want one desperately, but I don't want to be on the opposite end of that thing, you know?
Right.
So I just put in the work, put in the time, and I'm focused. And next thing I know, I am up for a promotion. My promotion is that I get to help lead the squad with Vader.
Okay.
He goes
part of Vader's hand?
Yeah. The Emperor himself sought me out and went, dude, you're so good.
Dude, okay, but you know, like let's just face it, whether or not you know you're in a movie, you know that Darth Vader's the main character.
No. In my mind, I am the star. And yeah, and so like I'm walking next to this Lord Vader.
Right, but all the stormtroopers around Vader are expendable, man.
Not me. I'm different.
Depending on
this is part of the story.
They all say that.
They all see something in him.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper like
yeah.
RTRD.
No, they're like
That's
they
his
see
letters.
something in him.
His call sign is TT dash like superstar or something.
No, RTRD.
Yeah, RTRD. And it's because it's like FN 2187, so it's like RTRD 653 69.
RTRD.
69 RTRD 69.
They're like, we know where this guy's going.
And then here's
Darth Vader, and Darth Vader's even like, yeah, I want this guy by my side.
Yeah.
And he like turns to Palpatine. He's like, he's like, yeah, I want this guy by my side. It's like,
So what happens? And Vader's like, hey, welcome to the team. Hey, welcome to the team.
Yeah, we shake hands. It's great.
He goes, oh, hey, I gotta go take care of something real quick. You just stay here. Goes, gets into a ship.
and he's
No. This was me on the Death Star 1 before it blew up. Right, I rose it through the ranks so high that then Vader and the Emperor himself were like, "Hey, we need some good people like you down, foot on the ground, boots to the mud on Endor. We're sending you personally." I'm like, "Thank you." Like, absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
he doesn't get it.
Yeah,
he doesn't get it. We're picking you to go to the front.
So Palpatine and Vader snicker a little bit.
There have been no reports of stormtroopers dying. Actually, oddly enough, there's been no reports at all.
Exactly.
Coming from there.
Go check it out.
It's easy win.
Wait a minute, what the hell?
Easy win.
So, in your fantasy, you're fine with going to Endor and dying because
I'm serving the army.
Because they picked you.
No, he doesn't think he's dying though.
And no,
he's
right.
the guy who single-handedly he was the guy who single-handedly led the genocide of Ewoks.
I had hoped that would be my namesake, but in fact, we kind of had the other.
It's Micah's last stand.
Yeah,
but Ewoks.
But I went down with
RTRD 42069.
Just a big
last
ego.
stand.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me, but anyways. What about you?
What how if you had it your way, you'd be getting bullied by like the most powerful dude in the galaxy.
They keep picking on him because he's like, you know what? I keep sending him down to the front line, and he keeps coming back. This motherfucker, like,
hey man, what else do you want me to go to?
I'll do it. He's like, I don't know.
I'm just trying to be Vader's lapdog.
I was stuck in the meat freezer on Death Star 1 when it blew up and they found me.
He's like, no, I'm super valuable. I know Huttese. Like, I know how to speak to the Huns. He's like, oh shit, we should keep him around for the next. When the hell else are we going to go in there? Like,
hey, we need to go down and take care of some shit on Hoth. Where's that RTRD guy? 69, 420, 69? Yeah, that guy's great. Let's send him down. Oh, he's already down there. he volunteered.
He spent a night in an ice cave.
In the Wampa cave, yeah. He dressed up in
a Wampa
weird
costume. Dude hanging from the ceiling too. I was like, what?
Yeah, and I was pretending to be a Wampa and he cut my arm off. I wasn't going to eat him.
It'd be funny if like that's the dude, like Luke Skywalker when he's upside down in the cave, those are the bones he sees in the cave.
But he's like, but my insurance is not nearly as good as Anakin's though. He got that robotic arm. I was SOL. Dude. That was in from my arm.
RTRD 402069 is
RTRD.
I like the idea of this stormtrooper being like our recurring like just joke stormtrooper RTRD 42069.
He's like the average
like
Joe.
Every time there's anything going on in the Galactic Empire, like he's just like I'm
Palpatine's
there.
like, well, let's send some RTRDs down there and hopefully they'll take care.
Well, that's me. I'll do it.
Like he actually dates back to the clone era. There was some problem in the cloning process.
The Bad Batch.
You were part of
he was a halvesy on the Bad Batch. So like when the like it's coming this way, and then a bunch of them don't follow Order 66. He was like half on, half off.
Dude, you guys have seen the Clone Wars show, right?
Not all of it.
I saw the first couple episodes.
From start to finish, baby.
They almost pulled the Gladiator, or no, the 300 character guy, who like with the hunchback, and he's like, he's obviously he can't be the Spartan soldier, but then he betrays him, whereas the other guy never betrays him. The Clone Trooper 99, he's the one that's like.
He's carrying the grenades, and
he's got like the hunchback, but he doesn't betray him in the end. So
he was a defect clone that they kept around for the janitorial businesses.
Yeah, and also just camaraderie, he just really kept the spirits high.
Yeah, he kept the spirits high.
Things were going rough.
Keep him around.
How you doing? We fight the good fight, eh? And they're all like, "Yeah, man, we like
this
you."
Christmas, I just want a Thanksgiving ham.
I just want to fight in Geonosis. I wish I was there, man. You wish you were there? That was almost that's like as bad as going to end.
He's like, my brother died there. He's like, yeah, all of our brothers were clones.
No, but I knew him. He was second. He was next. He was the incubator to my net.
I think the twins have it easy. They just can feel what one other person feels. Well, guess what, buddy?
All of my brothers dying.
Yeah, I can feel all of that.
Imagine if that was like the massive defect in the clones. Is like they were like mentally connected in that way.
So one of them got shot in the arm. The whole army goes like,
they all simultaneously, my shooting arm.
And thus RTRD was born.
That's why it took him 10 years to perfect
the first one like had a concussion on the way out, and is like not really with it. So the whole army has this concussion, so they can't hit their shots.
Right.
That's what happened to the storm.
It's like, oh man, I did not get any good sleep last night.
Thanks, man.
I wish you could have.
Everyone's falling asleep.
Hey, I'll keep watch.
Rover.
No. Do not keep watch.
We'll keep watch.
Please sleep with us.
If you keep watch, we all have to keep watch. No one wants that.
We're all going to bed. We have an alarm. We're going to bed. So
let's put this podcast to bed.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to do that. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in once again to the DisasterMinds Podcast. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think, and we'll be back next time. See ya.
Bye.
Ciao. Arrivederci.